Hooked up, we're hooked in. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, slines and dines, my hip-hop crimies and crimettes and my renegades, welcome back to the couch. It's your man BITO here with another reaction, and this one is here with my good old pals, Rory and Mal, dog. Team OVO, team we hate Kendrick when he disses our boy, and we have to act like Drake isn't losing. But don't forget to like the video. We're going to see what their album review is here. It's a nice little 15-minute video, so it's nice and quick. I tend to disagree with these dudes a lot. And when I say these dudes, it's mainly Mal. Mal be acting real crazy when it comes to just Drake things. So it's just one of those, like, I'm real curious to hear how he feels about the album, where he stands on how it sounds. Like, you know, outside of, obviously, he's probably disrespecting his favorite artists and all that stuff like that. I just want to see if he's going to at least appreciate, like, the culture aspect of it, the 90s homage, the, you know, just the samples of the music, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I want to say a good 9 out of 12 of those samples are relatively familiar to me. Whether I either knew the sound just based off of just remember hearing it from back in the day, or I knew the actual song. Like, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of, like, you know, there was a lot of unity attempts in it, I feel like, too. Like, I don't know if it's, like, gonna actually happen or be super positive in regards to what's going on in LA. I have no idea. I'm not from there, and I don't understand the politics fully, but I do peep the references in there as far as just like what type of California swag. He's all over from the Bay, he's all over from Compton, Watts. Like, he had a lot of references in there, you know, from Boys in the Hood references, Menace to Society references, just a shit ton of stuff, man. I mean, even the Latina, you know, the samples that he had at the beginning of a lot of the songs, whether it was the guitar or the lady that was singing over the intro right before the beat would drop, like, there was a lot of just, you can tell, California-esque, like, you know, themes and influences within that whole album. That's why I think this album is going to probably be one of the greater albums in his catalog. If it's not number one, it'll be number two, because I know a lot of people are going to say Good Kid, Mad City is going to be obviously number one. I didn't go in the Good Kid, Mad City times. Like, I liked other stuff. I wasn't really a fan of Kendrick back then. I'm on this channel screaming that, so I think that record or that album might impact people a lot differently versus how I think this one impacts and influences me differently, especially because I'm a big California guy. Like, a lot of my music is California influence and everything, so I think I'm just putting it on that regard just based off of even all of that. And I think that's why this will be either top two or if not number one, considering who you talk to. But don't forget to like the video. We hopping right into what Rory Mal got to say.
So I went on a walk and gave it 2 listens.
2?
I don't even think we spoke to the green room.
We didn't.
Which, of course, you know, to my surprise, you didn't hate it.
No, I didn't hate it.
Whoa.
But.
Oh, it's the butt.
I mean, I've seen people saying it's better than Mr. Morale. I think that's crazy.
I can make a case. Look at everyone being quiet. Before we got on this mic, everyone claimed they hated this album. I was the only one that said they liked it. Julian said it was the worst thing he ever fucking heard.
Oh, I'm banging with Roy right now. He's like, yo, I'm gonna call y'all out right now. Y'all acting real funny right now for the pod. I'm dead. They was like, y'all all hated this shit. Wow. I mean, there's no, you can just tell. You can tell. And like, here we go with Julian just probably just not understanding certain references and cultural things, maybe, because like he just says wild shit sometimes too. Like, he'll probably be like, I listened to 3 tracks and like, you know, after like, you know, the Luther Vandross, I was kind of like, this album sucks, and like, that's it. That's Julian style. So I can't wait to see what we gotta say.
It's a wall.
Damaris said she hadn't even listened to it yet.
That's not fair.
Peach said it stunk. Mal, we already knew what type of time it was. I'm walking in here to say that I think this Kendrick album is great. I think it's better than Mr. Morale. I think it has more replay value than Mr. Morale.
Facts.
I think the production is light years ahead of Mr. Morale.
Facts.
Kendrick probably said more on Mr. Morale, but as an album that I think I'm going to continue to listen to, I can see myself going back to a lot of these songs, whereas Mr. Morale...
I stand with him on that. Like, I've also said, I like to Pimp a Butterfly out of his discography too, but I'm going to say that this one's going to have a lot more replay value over a lot of, like, his records and stuff. And, like, it's going to be up there with Good Kid, Mad City. I'm going to keep screaming that. The discussion will become Good Kid, Mad City and this, based off of just a lot of the significance.
The intro I love. I go back to.
Is it the music that you like more than Mr. Morale?
Somebody on Twitter called it an evil hyphy album. And yes, I think I love evil hyphy.
This is an easier album to listen to. Like it's.
I think it's the opposite. I think the beats are tough to listen to.
Really?
But that's why I like them.
But I think he's talking about the entire listening experience, because you guys' complaint with Mr. Morale was that it has no replay value.
My fault. I'm just gonna pause on for a second because I just want to know if they're gonna like touch on, because they're talking about the beats, and if I'm not mistaken, a lot of these beats are from like the 90s. A lot of them are from songs that you actually like R&B songs, Computer Love, SWB in there. Like there's a lot of classic samples in there where I'm surprised if they're saying the beats. That just tells me that, like, I don't know. I got questions. This goes back to, this is the same, same crew that said Meek Mill had a great discography, but went to talk about records and songs, like singles and features versus like a discography, like a whole album and a record, like shit like that. So
when it first came out, you guys said it was like I'm not gonna put this on.
Like
I had to be in the right mood for the replay value, and that is a very specific mood that doesn't happen all the time. But United in Grief I listen to all the time. Father Time I listen to a lot. Count Me Out, and that's probably where it stops as far as constant replay value with Mr. Morale, which is tough because when it comes to Kendrick's catalog, all of it has replay value to me.
Mm-hmm.
To Pimp a Butterfly, again, I have to be in a certain mood, but that has replay value. But damn, I could listen to front to back today, tomorrow, for the rest of my life. Good Kid, same thing. Section 80, same thing.
All right, slow down.
Overly Dedicated, same thing.
Let's slow down. So let's get to GNX. Mm-hmm. So because you text the group chat this morning and said,
let's get to GNX.
You liked the entire album, every song.
Mm-hmm. Not equally, but I do love every.
The thing for me is it's some good songs on here. I just don't think that all of them have replay value, in my opinion. Some of the music I don't like. GNX, I thought they did a great job. I think that beat, I hate that beat, but I think they did a great job.
Yo, what is everybody's beef with GNX, like the actual song? What is, like, am I missing something? Like, I like that song a lot. The beat, the production, the sound, like what he's talking about on here, like it's some real, like, I just feel like it's real West Coast reference and like some real, like I even said in my full album reaction, dog. I'm like, they on some real, you don't know what the F I mother effing be talking about stuff. Like the stuff they're talking about is based on some, like, West Coast affiliated stuff. And I think this is why a lot of people are going to kind of be up and down on it, I feel like, with certain songs, because they may or may not know a lot of the West Coast stuff that he's referring to in there and stuff. And maybe because of like I don't know, because a lot of people got heat with the GNX songs. Like, that beat's fire. Like, I don't understand why people don't like that one.
I've been catching it and flowing on it, but
Hit J3 went crazy on that.
Yeah, that's like the music that sounds like it's haunting.
And I'm tripping, and I love it.
The offbeat, it's like that. It sounds like, remember when Ludacris was on Punk and they had him in a booth?
Yeah.
And they was playing that beat.
That's such a weird reference.
He was trying to catch the beat. He was like, yo, I don't know what pocket.
Wow.
But that's how I felt listening.
Funny reference.
That's how I felt listening to GNX. I'm like, it's such an awkward beat. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't just like, it's not easy on the ear to me.
I loved it.
To me, and this is all subjective. This is just me. I don't think I could listen to that. Now, they did a great job.
I ain't hating on Maul's opinion on this one here, because once again, everybody's subjected to their own opinion and stuff like that. And he's not really hating on it. He's just like, hey, this one isn't fun. But like, I feel like a lot of people don't like GNX. What's the problem with the GNX song?
With catching it and flowing on it and getting off on it, but I didn't like the
being slightly delayed, and it's more of a Detroit thing than a West Coast thing. But being slightly delayed right now is a huge genre of hip hop. Mm-hmm. Not really being in the pocket. Detroit made that shit famous. Mm-hmm. But I've seen other regions using it. I think they did their West Coast rendition of it.
That's interesting. The GNX take is very interesting. I can't wait to get to that song as I go into it, like on the lyrical standpoint of things versus bopping to it.
Cool. I'm just saying, I won't be bumping that.
And even like back to the hyphy things, and I know most of these, if not all these features, are from the Los Angeles area. But we've talked about how a lot of Mustard sound really derives from the Bay more than it derives from Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. A lot of hyphy shit is offbeat. Nobody's really in the pocket. Like, you're going stupid, dumb, retarded, hyphy, little yellow bus. And I'm allowed to say that word because it's a hyphy thing.
It's in homage.
that shit is offbeat too. So even I think a lot of this is Bay Area inspired, and you kind of have to be offbeat to catch that type of shit.
Yeah. I get
the
it.
Beats are offbeat,
which is respectable. But you know, Mal.
I'm saying you don't have to like it.
Yeah, but Mal, what other songs were you like?
Or don't like.
Or
he was doing don't like.
I like Whacked Out Morals. Murals. I'm sorry.
Gonna like that.
Morals. Whacked Out Murals.
Same thing. It's all good.
Great intro.
Yeah.
Started off great.
Squabble Up is cool. I wasn't too crazy about it.
You know why you don't like Squabble Up, Mal? It's all good because that's just it's basically just still the continuation off of Not Like Us and calling your boy a pedo. So I can understand why you probably ain't gonna bang with that.
Luther, I love.
Kind of love
Man
Luther.
at the Garden. I'm not. That's the one mic sample, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying One Mic, which I got, but
I got
my
Tony
first
Braxton.
impression of that record was PAC staring through my rear view.
There we go.
Either or.
There we go. I knew it was something. I think I said this to my mans the other day. I was like, I think it's more staring at the world through my rear view. But if it's One Mic, which I think I feel One Mic in there because it doesn't have that do. Like it's a different type of drum with staring at the world through my rear view. So I would go with more One Mic in my opinion.
I hear
But
One Mic.
it's definitely One Mic.
Yeah, I wasn't really crazy about that. Hey Now is okay.
Hey Now.
You strangled your boy, dog.
That's the one where he screams mustard.
My man don't like the ones where he's dissing Drake kind of thing, because like remember he said the black know why I just strangled me a goat. So I already can tell where Maul's going right now, man. I can see him.
The second half of Hey Now.
No, that would be Turn Your TV
Turn
off.
your TV off.
Reincarnated. I don't want to hear Kendrick rapping like PAC.
Okay, but Drake's allowed to rap like that.
Right.
No, obviously he's not. Kendrick had to take it down.
So, like, listen, anything that's gonna be Drakey like, and like I've said in my reactions, and like as I've like talked about, like there's a lot of these songs that feel very like they Not Like Us. I got these songs in stock. Like it feels like it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. You know what I mean? Like he just kind of might have modified them a little bit because the beat's over, and just he's just gonna throw it out there. And once again, this is a victory lap like album, you know what I'm saying? This is him on his victory lap shit right now. He's like, I won, I'm stomping. Like even the TV off, it's real triumphant fucking sound.
so clearly he's not. Nobody's allowed.
Anyway, my fault about that too. It's like I said, he rapped like PAC and did it better, but I feel like these dudes were, because I know they be contradicting shit a lot too. So I feel like these dudes was definitely Jack and Taylor made. It was like it's all this, that, and the third. But now you mad that a dude's able to actually have skill and talent to rap like PAC and rap over the beat that PAC had over a classic song. He's a hater.
Yeah, nobody's allowed in my opinion.
Okay, but why? Because I love
PAC is no longer with us.
You know what's crazy is that Eminem's rap like PAC, 50's rap like PAC, everybody who can really rap, and that's why I find it funny, you know what I'm saying, when like Drake went that route, and that's why I think I ultimately didn't respect it, because I'm like, all right, if you was gonna be able to do that, you could have just did that without the AI or whatever. Like I've heard 50 do it on Hail Mary, M do it on Hit 'Em Up and Hail Mary. Like I've heard people being able to rap like other people. So this is really, I think, him just being on his hater mode right now. I'll play that back a little bit because I know he's hating.
PAC is no longer with us. No, obviously he's not. Kendrick had to take it down. so clearly he's not. Nobody's allowed.
The C&D did.
Yeah, nobody's allowed in my opinion.
Okay, but why? Because I love
PAC is no longer with us.
What?
All right, but Hove rapped big lyrics after Big passed, and took big flows after he passed.
Not in his voice though. He wasn't. He was using inflections like Big. He just used lyrics.
Game's Doctor's Advocate album, which I absolutely love. He is legitimately doing the first version of AI of Dr. Dre's voice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Game might have been the first AI that's ever existed.
Okay, I don't like that either.
But it's I dare I say a classic album.
No, the album
Game got
great.
off.
The album is great.
He raps the tone. He changed his tone from the documentary to Dr. Dre's voice.
You do this when we talk about Kendrick. You always bring other rappers into it. Let's stay on Kendrick.
Okay, fine. Well, I'm talking about Tupac.
I'm talking about Kendrick.
Did you like the beat flip though? Because that's like kind of a Tupac seaside.
It was cool.
I
wasn't mad at it. Beat. It was cool. TV Off I liked.
Oh.
Dodger Blue I love.
Okay. Fire.
Peekaboo.
Love
Peekaboo.
Which one is that?
I just put the boogers in my
Is that the one with the beat I'm thinking of? The haunting one?
Like a Kobe gang.
The scary beat?
He said, heard about your mans, not sorry for your loss. All the features got off on this.
Mm-hmm.
Hard Part 6 I like. I mean, anytime you use a SWV sample, I'm listening.
Whether you want to increase sales, generate leads, or build brand awareness,
Peekaboo
Google Ads can reach new customers and make your budget go further.
I loved the story. It was more in detail. I feel like we've gotten this TDE story in different pieces throughout Kendrick's.
So it's funny is like I kind of peeped that, but I haven't gotten to that to really like listen to it and break it down as much. But there was 2 songs that I probably like or 3 actually. I'll say Reincarnated. The one they're talking about now, Gloria, which I know in Gloria he's really just rapping about the rap game, and I've changed my opinion on that since my first initial reaction to that. Like anytime an artist and a rapper is able to like rap about the game or their pen as like a girl, and not a lot of the artists have done that. Like Common's done that, Eminem's done that with 25 to Life, Kendrick's did it now, and I'm pretty sure there's a few others that I'm missing, but really only like a few of the greats really put those type of songs together, and I like that. That's what I liked about it a lot.
It was nice.
I don't know too much about their set or their gang, not their gang or their set. I don't know why I said that like that, but I don't know too much about like TDE. You know what I mean? To know that like that's kind of like what that Heart 6 story was about, but I knew it was a story of some sort. So
put it all in one record, but even like Heart Part 3 was so in Schoolboy, like you get some of the story. Again, I loved it.
Yeah.
But with that
Heart
beat,
6
I don't know
better
if
than
I needed the
Drake's
TDE,
Heart 6.
like history lesson. But I guess with all new fans, you got to do that.
Yeah.
I'm an old angry fan with shit I've already heard.
I mean, I like the fact that
it's crazy.
He talked about, you know, basically he felt like the only thing missing from his career was he didn't have his business up to par the way he should to be as big of an artist as he is.
Which, if we go all the way back to like that, when we were debating of what angles each of these artists were going to take, when we still thought Cole was in the mix as far as this beef, we had discussed the one thing that you can say about Kendrick if you're Cole or Drake is we have our own companies and our own business, our own labels. We've been doing this our whole career. You just playing catch up now.
Yeah.
Like you can't be a big 3 to us because look at what we're doing on the business side outside of music.
Yeah.
So
but it's all about
I did
music
find
at
it
the end of the
interesting
day,
that he
rap.
was honest about that part.
Yeah.
Because that was a chink in his armor that for some reason no one brought up during this battle.
You know why? Because I feel like that stuff, when it comes to showing your lyrical ability and stuff, and I think that that's something that I don't think the fans are going to care about, especially today's fans now. If you're talking about hip-hop heads from back in the day when it's like, yo, you signed to a man, that signed to another man, or all that, those 360 deals, and like the money and all that kind of mattered in the raps, yeah, that makes sense, but I don't think that angle would have worked as much because I don't think a lot of people are that in detail in regards to like what their back dealings and their business dealings are. Nobody battles about their business dealings in a rap battle, I think, either. I think that's kind of what it is as well, if I'm, gonna assume.
Like, all right, I guess Drake kind of did with the top.
Yeah, 360
flip,
deal
like,
shit,
all right,
but
Top's making you do Taylor Swift shit, this and that, you owe Top 50. I guess it was there, but I think Drake would have fared better in this battle had he went down that rabbit hole rather than some of the, hey, your friend is the father of your child.
Beat your wife.
Like, he really could have got into the facts situation. And I think Kendrick would have looked a little crazier and is not. Now he has the 8 Mile moment. Like, all right, I already said it.
Yeah.
You can't say that shit about me now. Now I have PG Lang.
Well,
I think that.
I mean, you would say that about what Drake said about, heard it on Joe Budden's podcast. It's got to be true, but I guess that's tailor-made though too, right? So, all right.
Facade, obviously, that beef is a big part of this album and everything around the album that people are talking about. Where does this stand with you as far as Kendrick's catalog, discography?
There we go.
Where is this? I know it's unfair because it's only been out for a weekend. But so far, but you said you like every song on the album. I don't think you've ever said you like every song on other Kendrick albums. I don't think you've ever said that.
Which isn't fair. I pretend that the U2 song is not on Damn.
Okay.
Like on my version, that's out of. I don't even use Apple Music for Damn.
But outside of that,
I go to my library where the version without that U2 song is.
But outside of that, every song on Damn,
flawless.
Okay.
I think it's probably one of the most flawless rap albums that's ever.
Damn, so I must be bugging. I might have to go back and listen to Damn. Not saying that they influenced me, but I honestly don't like Damn like that. I'm not a big fan of Damn.
Good Kid, Mad City. I don't think there's a single skip on it. To Pimp a Butterfly took me a while to get into it, even though I think people would assume that's my type of shit. It didn't really sit with me in the best way for first few years. I've gotten more into Pimp a Butterfly lately than I did when it came out. Section 80, flawless. OD, the real version, flawless. So it's really only been Mr. Morale that I started to feel a way about a Kendrick album, not his discography. Where I was like, all right, I can skip on this. This feels lazy. This didn't need to be a double album. Like, just do the Therapy records. Those are the standouts. Like, I love Blast. I love Summer. I didn't really need either of those records.
Yeah.
I love Ghostface. Didn't need it.
Well, on GNX for me, we was in the chat earlier talking. I think 6 or 7 out of the 12 that I think I like on the album.
Which would be Whacked Out Murals,
Yep.
Luther,
Yeah. TV Off.
TV Off, you said you like?
Yep.
Dodger Blue,
Part
Part 6.
How many is that? 4 or 5?
You don't like Gloria?
What about Gloria? The last record was his.
Gloria, I like Gloria.
All right, so that's
I like
6.
Gloria. Yeah.
Do you guys think? And
Peekaboo is fire.
this
Yeah,
is becoming a
Peekaboo's
narrative
fire.
that I am believing even before I started becoming a thing. Do you think this is like his effort of this is his album, or is this? I get it. I've used the word mixtape. Everyone's like, how is it a
It's just a
mixtape? It's
Victory
not.
Lap record.
It is an album, but is it the album? Do we think there's another thing coming not too far from this one?
There's a deluxe coming.
I'm surprised nobody's speaking on how like this could possibly be more like of a Victory Lap album feel based off of the context of what he's like rapping about and saying, and like who he's being subliminal about. Maybe it's just a stretch, or maybe they're just not trying to talk about it and letting other people talk about it. I don't know, but I'm surprised nobody's bringing that up, and I'm also surprised that, and maybe they're gonna get to it, but as far as TV Off, I think TV Off might be one of them Super Bowl songs. TV Off, Squabble Up, Not Like Us, and whatever else that might roll out with that. I think this is going to be a crazy performance. Hence that line he said at the end of TV Off, where I think he said, walk in New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling mustard or something like that.
I think that's. I don't know if it'll be paired with this, but I think that there's another project.
I think there's a deluxe coming with a few more records on there. But I think this is the album going into February to the Super Bowl, though. I think I could see him performing TV Off, actually.
I think the second half, a snippet of that will be in the medley of the...
Mustard! Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, dog. Your boy be listening, man. He be listening.
Kendrick song.
Because TV Off, when I mean it kind of feels like They Not Like Us a little bit.
It does. I mean, it's a mustard beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels it has a little remnants of that. And then TV Off is the Super Bowl halftime show. I could see that being
Turn
kind
your
of
TV off.
a cool little play on.
Wait until the think pieces the next day after the Super Bowl when mainstream media finds out what turn his TV off means.
Yep, means kill him.
Well,
right, exactly. Turn his water
Gave
off.
him the spot with Not Like Us. You know what that song is about?
I'm glad that somebody mentioned this, dog. Like, yo, turn his TV off. Like, yo, instead of turning his water off, like, turn his TV off. Like, who's he talking about, though? Like, once again, it goes back to, like, who he talking about. I want to see if they're going to mention who he's talking about.
I don't think
murder hooks and pedophile hooks.
I don't think murder is
live on stage.
Yeah, they love murder. They sell murder all day.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
As long as he's talking about a black man.
Yeah.
Mainstream media
crazy.
would love
Facts.
that message.
Exactly.
I'm dead.
Right before we recorded, Kendrick dropped the Squabble Up video. We watched it. I don't know, Mal, if you've seen the whole thing yet, but interesting. Any thoughts on this? He did some homages like along the way, I guess, to a few artists, all West Coast related, obviously, but.
Yeah, I mean,
Man, hit him with a bitch, hit him that a bitch with him. That's a lot of bitch. Treating him like he's fucking Kane and shit.
same with Not Like Us. We talked about what him and Dave have been doing on the visual side has been great. This is right up to par with everything. We only watched it once because we were about to record, but I fully enjoyed the first watch. I thought it was dope.
This was one of the things they said in particular was a Ice-T, shot from the video.
They also had the Menace to Society stuff in there. Mm-hmm. And I think he was just fucking around with people when they had the magnet Scrabble shit they used to put on your fridge. Mm-hmm. It was like a bunch of letters. I'm sure everyone is on stream right now as we're recording this, trying to decipher what he had put on that board.
That's a Soul Train board. Remember they used to do it on Soul Train?
No, I know, but what he actually put, like what he's trying to say.
What the letters were.
Yeah.
There's a book.
What message is that to Drake?
This scene here, he's reading a book called How to Be More Like Kendrick for Dummies. I saw it here. There's that flag that the conspiracy side of hip hop Twitter is going wild about.
Well, I mean, they kind of have a point.
The African flag?
What was the name of that Twitter account? Ebony Princess?
It's Ebony Prince something.
Jack Garvey flag?
If you remember during the battle, that account seemed to be the only legitimate conspiracy account that had some facts. They had security footage from the hotel that had to do with one of the writers and Drake assaulting him or some weird shit. That account also had a video of all the stuff that was
Drake assaulted a disabled guy in a wheelchair,
which is insane. And then he was like, "No, he didn't."
One day, I don't know if we're gonna do it we'll probably do it on Patreon, but we have to go back and revisit the shit that they were saying around that whole time. That was absolutely crazy.
Oh, it was an insane month.
It's like, yo, what are y'all talking about?
But also, that account had actual footage of all those items that were in was it the 616 or Meet the Grams?
Meet the Grams.
The Meet the Grams artwork.
It was like
which appeared to be from the balcony of that apartment that Kendrick had just bought in Brooklyn. Same view, same balcony shit. He put those flags in the video because the Abbey was that flag. So that's what everyone is now running with. That Kendrick was working with that person.
Isn't that just the Black Pride flag or
something? Yeah, but everyone's gonna tie it back to a rap beef and not anything else.
Okay, so I'm not bugging.
But overall, I mean, GNX, it's a good album. And I mean, that goes without saying. Before the beef, we go on record saying that we don't think Kendrick is capable of even making a bad album. I don't think he has a bad album in his discography. I just don't know if this is the sound that people expected. I don't know if this is the music that people...
I'm surprised... Oh, let me let him finish.
...expected. He going back to, Let the Party Die. That was the name of the song. Then he gives us an album full of hyphy, up-tempo kind of bounce.
Yeah, my only real critique here is what they put in the Apple Music bio for this album. When I read that before clicking play, I was almost like, you know what? I'm just going to go full OVO with Mal, man. Fuck this. They put in the Apple bio, he killed the party because he's the only one that can resurrect it.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't see that. That's crazy.
It, by the way.
That looks like how, remember how I had to write something just to throw in there?
I know.
That's crazy.
But just leave it like
I wouldn't even clicked on that. I'm so glad I didn't see that. I wouldn't even click on it. If I would have seen that, I probably would have clicked it. But I'd be like, yo, what are we talking about? So I feel Roy on that. I'm dead. I'm surprised that they closed off on the end with Mal saying that he's surprised by the sound. I mean, I'm not considering that Not Like Us, and then he had that snippet in the video of Not Like Us, and considering the beat on both of those songs, I could definitely see that being this type of beat. Now, once again, he did drop Watch the Party Die, so you're kind of like, all right, which direction you're gonna go, or how is this gonna sound now, because you're doing that song right before this album essentially dropped. It was probably like a month and a half later when he dropped the album, so you're giving more of this might be what this album is gonna sound like when he drops it. But clearly I didn't think that way at all. I just thought that homie just needed more music, as far as just everybody talking about the same shit with Not Like Us and everything else, which I'm not mad about Mal's overall assessment on that. I mean, it's OBO Mal, and the songs that he kind of wasn't really feeling, which was oddly enough were ones where he's most likely talking about his mans. I can understand that. So with him in half to the album, that's whatever. It is what it is. I'm surprised Julian and Damaris didn't have much to say. I think it's just one of those. I think Damaris, maybe she just wasn't feeling it today. I don't know. I'm usually used to hearing her talk. Now Julian, I'm just already know he probably just listened to two, so he's just I'm not gonna say I listened to two songs and try to kill this album because people will go off on him, whatever. That's just me being funny. I'm pretty sure he doesn't give a shit about that. Roy, I stand with Roy a lot of the times during his podcast and when I react, because I do like his objectiveness towards what he has to say. He's not all in on just being a glazer for fucking Drake. He will literally show mutual interest in what's going on. So I don't mind Roy's takes on things. But yeah, I mean, they weren't off. They weren't wrong. They didn't say nothing too crazy. I thought they were going to go kind of sick. I do feel like they're skipping over a lot of things and, tiptoeing over a lot of certain issues. So, but that's obvious because, it is still Team OBO at the end of the day. But with that being said, man, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with another album review reaction from, Roy and Mal, or, maybe Joey and them next. But I'll be back. Peace.